Hello, this is Daniel Thomas Center Daily. This is a Noahide sermon, The Tower of Babel. I'll read the passage, Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 to 9. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as they migrated from the east, they came upon a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." They had brick for stone and bitumen for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with the top of the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, otherwise we shall be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." The Lord came down to see the city and the tower which mortals had built. And the Lord said, "Look, they are one people, and they have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. Nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse the language there, so that they will not understand one another's speech." So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. Okay. Tower of Babel. The land of Shinar, the land of the Chaldeans, Mesopotamia, between the Euphrates and the Tigris, that sort of area, modern day Iraq, where Babel became later on Babylon. Tower of Babel. Alright, just having this back. Now, people have fears, and often people fear that something is going to come to pass. They have deep fears that some sort of project they have in life is not going to work out properly. And sometimes it's because those fears are there because there's a bit of guilt involved. Because you know you've sinned. And you sense that something you might want to do might not work because you've sinned. Or that something you're doing is not quite right. It's an ambition that you have in life to achieve a goal which you know might not really work well because you're a little bit corrupt in your behaviour, and there's things in you which you know you're being arrogant or something, and you fear that it's not really going to work out because you're not doing the Lord's way. People have fears when they're about the future and about their lives. They fear for the future. When I was younger and not really serving the Lord anymore, I feared for my being unemployed in life. After I left the church at about 16, I feared unemployment, and it gave me depression and just a negative spirit. And you say, it's never going to work. Those sorts of thoughts. You don't think much good will happen. It's just darkness and depression. And if you're not doing it in the spirit of the light, you live in fear. And there's a sense of foreboding a lot of time that people talk about. It's never going to work. That comes from experience because I know what it's like. Genesis chapter 4. Cain's just killed Abel. And the Lord says to him a few things, and he says, "And now you're cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it will no longer yield to you its strength. You will be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth." A fugitive and a wanderer. Cain's line of this sinner will wander the earth. And Cain says, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Today you've driven me away from the soil, and I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth. He knows that he's going to wander the earth. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. So he knows he's going to wander the earth. And then we see Cain's line. Cain knew his wife and she conceived and bore Enoch. And Enoch built a city and named it Enoch after his son. So he built a city. Enoch was by an Irad, and Iras found Mehuja, and so forth. And they have a habit of building cities. And naming it after themselves. But they're scattered. Enoch was a wanderer of the earth. The Lord scattered him over the earth. When we see in the Tower of Babel, we see this desire of the Babelites. Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name or a reputation for ourselves. Otherwise we should be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Cain was scattered. He was scattered over the whole earth. He was a wanderer on the earth, and the fear of the Babelites is that they're going to be scattered unless they unite and build this city. The founder of Babel was Nimrod. He was called a mighty warrior, a mighty hunter before the Lord. He was a warrior, a hunter. He was a killer. Most likely he was a killer. And the fear of the Babelite community was that they would be scattered. Like Cain was scattered, they would be scattered. And they feared that. That was something which they worried about, being scattered and divided up. Mankind at that stage was worried about being scattered and divided up. Because after the flood, as the generations of Noah came along the table of nations, they went back to the old sins. So, instead of being scattered, they resisted that idea. And they tried to unify. And they tried to build Babel, a city and a tower. Otherwise we should be scattered abroad over the whole earth. But the Lord obviously knew the sin of Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. He obviously knew the spirit of Babel, that it was a violent spirit, that it was a warmongering spirit. And he said nothing they proposed to do will now be impossible for them. So he went down with the angels and scattered them abroad over the earth. And their fears were realized because they had in them a spirit which had not repented and done it the Lord's way. It hadn't built its kingdom on God's law, but on the sins of men, the sins of Nimrod, the sins of the warrior way. And so the fear that it had was realized, and the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. It's not just pride in the Tower of Babel. It's the warrior way. It's aggression. And because they are trying to unite, to strengthen themselves and have a name, the Lord sees what's building there and divides it asunder. And as Cain was punished, so he punished Babel. The Tower of Babel. Thank you.